Hey, World Entertainment, and we have some The Batman Part 2 news, seemingly a filming date when it's going to start actually shooting, and a new rumour doing the rounds about a new key villain and who may be playing that villain. So, without further ado, let's jump into this. So, a new report claims The Batman Part 2 is finally ready to begin production. According to page 6, the sequel to Matt Reeves' The Batman starring Robert Pattinson will start filming May 29th in London. Now that's interesting because Matt Reeves himself said it was meant to start filming in April. So why it's jumped to May, don't know. So the outlet says the movie is fully cast and ready to go, signaling the long-awaited follow-up is moving forward after multiple delays. The sequel continues the story from Reeves' 2022 hit and remains separate from James Gunn's DCU, existing under the DC Elseworlds banner. And what an absolute kick to the teeth it will be for James Gunn if this movie comes out and absolutely crushes what Superman even did, which the first Batman movie did do. So Matt Reeves returns to direct The Batman Part 2, which again stars Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne and Gotham's Dark Knight. Reeves previously said the sequel will explore the deeper consequences of the corruption uncovered in the first film while expanding Gotham's criminal underworld. The original movie ended with the city devastated by the Riddler's flood attack, leaving Gotham vulnerable as new power players emerge. And of course, all that very much moved forward with the Penguin series. So details are scarce, but rumours say the sequel will involve Harvey Dent and his family, which could mean Two-Face. Fans are also speculating Mr. Freeze could play a part. Again, the Mr. Freeze things comes from the fact that the movie will take place in a winter setting. That's where that comes from. But now, the new rumour about a key villain role and who may play it says, the Batman Part 2 rumour claims that Daniel Craig has been offered key villain role. The question then, of course, would have to be, which villain would it be? Now, we know that Harvey Dent's father is still to be cast, or at least from what we've heard, it hasn't been cast yet. Even though that other article says it's fully been cast, but we've heard nothing about that. So could that be who he is? Well, let's have a look. So assuming everything is still on schedule, The Batman Part 2 is expected to begin shooting next month. So you see, this article is already saying it's to start in April, while the other one is saying May. So which is it? So, and most of the main roles have now been filled, with the exception of Harvey Dent's troubled father, Christopher Dent. So everything already in this article has just brought up exactly what I've just said, where the previous article says it's going to film in May and it's been fully cast. Go to the next article and it's meant to start filming in April and it hasn't been fully cast. So it's like, which is it? So this is believed to be the part Brad Pitt was offered prior to Sebastian Stan being cast as Harvey Dent, aka Two-Face. We've since heard that director Matt Reeves is now searching for a slightly older actor to play Dent Sr. Stellan Skarsgård is rumoured to have turned down the offer, and it seems a former 007 may be next on the studio's wish list. According to GFR, whoever the hell that is, Daniel Craig has been offered the part of Christopher Dent, and if he declines, Liam Neeson is next in line. Okay, just before we go on, there's a lot to actually break down there. Number one, don't forget, if Daniel Craig takes this role, he originally was meant to play Sergeant Rock for James Gunn in the DCU. Remember that? He was signed on to play Sergeant Rock forever until he dropped out for whatever reason. And then Colin Farrell was being eyed, and then the movie apparently just completely collapsed. So if he takes this role on, it means he was more inclined to accept something that wasn't in James Gunn's universe, but in the Matt Reeves universe. If he declines and they go for Liam Neeson, then we're looking at the possibility that Liam Neeson has just gone from playing Ra's al Ghul in Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy to now taking on a new role in a Batman movie. That could be interesting as well. By the way, for this role, I think two decent choices here, being Daniel Craig or Liam Neeson. So, admittedly, this source has a patchy at best track record, but to their credit, they did report that Scarlett Johansson had been offered a role in the movie before the trades confirmed the news. I still don't know who GFR is, so if you guys know, let us know. So there are rumours that the sequel will also feature a second male bad guy. Third, if you count Harvey. What do you mean third if you count Harvey? Harvey Dent is the bad guy, so who exactly are they trying to hint at the other one? Don't quite know what they're on about there. But if this is the case, the character remains a mystery. Reeves has previously dropped a few hints about the villain Batman will be facing off against in the movie. Oh, of course, the other one they might be talking about, Hush. So describing the mysterious antagonist as someone who has never really been done in a movie before. There's a good chance he was referring to Johansson's character here, however. So, do I spoil it or do I not spoil it? I suppose I may as well, because it's in the comics, so it will end up being said throughout everywhere. There's a possibility that she's going to play Holiday. So the long Halloween, the killer was the holiday killer because they only killed on the holidays, and it was Harvey's wife, and that's who Scarlett Johansson's playing. So the speculation that she could play Holiday, or there's the other speculation that she will actually be the Two-Face of the movie. But anyway, this says here, which I think is Matt Reeves saying in a recent interview, because what the first movie was and what Batman Part 2 is, which is so much a detective story, the idea of trying to protect the secrets of the movie is super important because it's a mystery. That would be an extra level of heartbreak if that part of it started getting out. You want to keep the surprise so the fans can have the fun experiencing that. I always love going to the movies, which was to go and be surprised. Which, yeah, that's what you want. You don't want them to start spoiling everything. You don't want to know every character and who they exactly are and stuff like that. So, like, knowing that Harvey Dent's wife will be in here, Gilda Dent, the fact that in the comics she became Holiday. So it's the case of, for the people who don't know that, like, would it be a surprise if that is what happens in this movie? Of course, we're also looking at the possibility that we are talking about Hush being in here, because they did seemingly set up Hush in the first movie. So to set him up and then not use him, and we have been told that the person going to be in this movie is close to Bruce, so it's going to be very interesting to see which way to go. But of course, the big question now is this role of Harvey's father being offered to Daniel Craig? And if he passes, will it go to Liam Neeson? Again, I don't know who this scooper is, if they're a scooper or what they are, the GFR. Good choices, though, if it was to be true. Whether or not they accept them, that's yet to be seen, because again, Daniel Craig was signed on to be Sergeant Rock, but turned it down. Would Liam Neeson want to come back to the DCU in any form? You know, especially if it's not Christopher Nolan. That's yet to be seen. But, as you can see, one article says the movie's going to start production in May 29th in London, while the other one says it's actually starting next month. And next month is the main one we've all been hearing all the time. So, we'll wait and see, but it definitely is now moving forward, so bring it on. And with that, I shall leave it there for this one. So do like and share and subscribe, and of course let me know your feelings towards this movie. Would you like to see Daniel Craig or Liam Neeson take on that role of Harvey Dent's father? Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.